The kitchen is done! Finally, we got her done after a long time. But in this video, what we're going to do, we're going to explain some of the latest additions to it. Then we're going to talk about the mistakes we made, some of the good points we did, and we'll kind of get a general overview of everything and show you some final pictures of everything done before and after. So stay tuned, here we go. Alright, let's talk about the latest additions. To start with, we got 3 nice bar stools, but the biggest thing you'll notice is this quartz countertop right here. Check it out, isn't this beautiful? Now, the reason why we went with quartz is because it's completely sealed, there's no maintenance required. Where granite is actually porous and you have to put a sealer on it and it will stain if you get something into it. So this is a lot more maintenance free, be looking good for a long time. And we got the countertop over here. And we're going to tell you a little something about this and our mistakes that we made on this countertop here. That comes in just a little bit, so stay tuned. Even today, we were just wrapping up a few things on it. As you can see, we had a little gap at the top of the cabinets. We just installed that all the way around up here. We got a little molding that went up above the cabinets. We had to do a little manipulating up there. We got that done, though. It's all looking good. Also, the backsplash. Got that installed. My son's wife actually installed all that. I did not do any of that, but it looks great. Looks really nice. Nice color matching in here. Looking good. It's a beautiful job here. We'll show you some good pictures before and after at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But right now, let's sit down and talk about some of the mistakes we made, which may help you if you want to do this job at your own house and maybe avoid some of the things we had a problem with. And also some good things we did too that you could do. And we'll have a general discussion at the end with the whole project. So stay tuned, here we go. Alright, the first mistake we had, when we installed the bar in the center of the kitchen right here, we did not secure it good enough to the floor. And what happened, when we opened the drawer, it kind of started to tilt. So what happened, you had to put a 2x4 frame around it. But anyway, I'll let my son take it. He actually did that while I was not here. Him and my other son actually repaired it. What'd you have to do there, Stevie?
We just screwed down some 2x4s in a rectangular pattern on the inside.
On the inside of here is a 2x4 framework going all the way around, and this is screwed into the 2x4 framework.
2x4s are screwed into the subflooring. So
and that's screwed down into the subflooring. Good job, man. That worked out good.
The cabinets are screwed into the 2x4s.
So it was solid as a rock when you got that done. So that was the first thing we should have done right off the bat, is put that framework in it, and we didn't do it. But if you put one in there, make sure you do that. All right, let's go out to mistake number 2. All right, the next issue I had, I am not a drywall man, I admit it. And when we did some patching on the ceiling up here, it ended up being a lot of, you couldn't see it until you cut the lights on, and then you could see like a little shadows in there. And my daughter-in-law read up on YouTube and figured out how to fix it. And she took a wet sponge, right? Yeah. And just kept going over it and kept smoothing it down. And I tell you what, it was unbelievable how much difference it made with that wet sponge wiping the whole ceiling down in areas that needed it. Because we had to punch some holes here and there for the electrical and everything. So, but that's worked really good with that wet sponge going over top of that drywall and smoothing it out. Alright, another issue we ran into, my daughter-in-law picked out the cabinet, and they're beautiful cabinets, she did a good job, but some of them came in damaged, and she had to reorder some, and they did ship them, no problem with that, but the issue could be, if you're having someone else install them, make sure you open all the boxes, make sure there's no damage in them before you get somebody to come in and start installing them, because that would cost you a lot of money if you didn't do that. So, keep an eye on that. Alright, y'all saw the video installing the farmhouse sink. Just to let you know, you do have to build a special framework underneath to hold that sink. That sink is heavy. So if you do get a farmhouse sink, make sure you have enough time and all to get that framework built underneath there, and you do it properly to make sure that thing sits level. Keep an eye on that farmhouse sink if you're going to install one of those. Alright, another issue we ran into is when they came out to measure for the countertops. We didn't realize it, but the floor actually sloped down just a little bit.
It slopes it's higher on this side, and it slopes this way. And it's a lot lower here than over there.
And what happened is they came in here and that cabinet did not match up with this cabinet.
When we first installed these cabinets, that cabinet was higher than that one, and when they came to do the countertops, they said they couldn't put it in because it was such a bad angle. So we actually had to pull that cabinet out, slice off the bottom, some of the bottom, and then kind of shim it to get these two level with a long level.
So we had to raise this cabinet up a little bit so it's level with that one,
bring
right?
that one down. That one
had to come down. Okay,
yeah.
Can't even remember now. It's been so long. But anyway, we dropped that down. So these have to match up, or they will not install this countertop until they're perfectly level across. So you might want to get a long level or something to make sure everything, this cabinet top, and that cabinet top, all line up together before you get them to come out and measure for your countertop. All right, we talked about some of the negative things we did in the kitchen. Well, let's talk about some of the good stuff we did too. We did some good stuff too. All right, my daughter-in-law wanted lots of lighting, so I ended up putting all these lights in right here all the way around, and it worked out really good. And they are available on Amazon. I'll put a link down below to these lightings. They're really easy to put in. I put all these in, and they're real easy to wire. They just pop in a couple wires up there. It's not hard at all. And this light right here actually came from Amazon too, and I'll put a link down below with that. That's a beautiful light right there for over the kitchen table. We talked about using quartz versus granite, which is a plus thing because you don't have any maintenance involved. Well, granite, you do have to put that sealer and it can stain. One other thing is, it depends on how much excess you want to put over top right here. Let me show you real quick. This one does not require any support underneath of it because this is enough weight otherwise. But if you come out too far, depending on how much you want to come, if you go to a certain point, you will have to get a bracket to the floor, which could cause some issues right there. But right now, this one does not, and it works great. So keep your eye on that if you're starting to design your kitchen, how much you want to put this out past the bar. Another good point about these cabinets is they have inside this cabinet right here it's wide open. There's no center support in here, and you actually pull it right out. Show Marina how it comes out there. Look at that. You can get some really big utensils in here, stuff, and you can pull it right out without having that center bracket and get everything nice and easy. And it slides really easy, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Now these cabinets worked out really well. Okay, one more thing to look out for when you're doing the design. These are actually 12-inch cabinets here. You see where they stop here. Sometimes you can get 18-inch cabinets where they come out to here. Now, if you do that and get this microwave, some microwaves open from the edge, they will not open. So if that was right against here and you try to open it from here, it would hit the cabinet and would not work. So be careful about that. This particular microwave would work either way because it opens, a few inches from the edge. So when you open it, it's right there like that. So the door's not opening next to it, but a lot of them open on the edge. So be careful about that. If you design it and you got the full-size cabinets and the microwave at the edge, it will hit it. All right, now we're gonna have a general discussion of everything we did. How long did it end up taking us to do this? How long has it been?
It's been a year since we started.
All right, it's been a right good while, so we were in no rush, and we did a little bit at a time. I come on the weekends, and they did some while I wasn't here and all. But let's talk about how much money we might have saved. That's one of the #1 things. If it takes a year versus 2 months, and you save a good amount of money, it might be worth it. So let's talk to Steve. What do you think we saved with this whole project, Steve?
I don't know. I've seen people quoted kitchens 35 to 40. We probably spent like 15 to 20 here. So what's that?
20,000 at least.
That's what I'd say.
I'd say 20,000 is worth a little bit of headache. What y'all think? I think it is. Anyway, I think it turned out really good. What y'all think? Y'all happy with the final product?
Yeah.
We're doing good.
That's good.
So if y'all want to attempt this project, hopefully some of the good points and bad points we've explained in the video will help you design and decide how you want to do it. And if you got any ideas or if you want to ask some questions, check the comments down below. Also, I'll try to put some links to some of the stuff we use in the kitchen down below. So if the lighting and some of the stuff I end up getting here. So and I don't know, can we get the cabinets? Do we have a link?
Yes.
All right, we'll try to put a link to whatever we can down below. So if you're trying to decide what you want to do, maybe some of this will help you. All right, well, I appreciate everybody coming along on this big adventure we had, a year-long adventure. And I appreciate everybody checking in with me. And I know some of y'all commented, what's going on with the kitchen? So this is it. This is the final video for the kitchen. You don't have to look at it anymore. So anyway, I appreciate everybody coming along on it. Don't forget to click like, comment below, share, and subscribe to the Gigmaster. All right, thanks for coming along.